In this video, we are going to take a look at how you can apply lighting to an object, the sphere in this case. As you recall in the previous video where we looked at how you could create a 3D element in Cinema 4D and then bring it into WATCHOUT, the result looked kind of flat because there was no lighting on the sphere on the Earth. So we're going to fix that here. So we're back in Cinema, and I have the same sphere here with that Earth map mapped onto it. It looks like there is a little bit of a highlight here, but there really isn't, because there is no light in this scene. So this is just the default camera light of Cinema 4D. So let's go ahead and add a light. And you see, as I add the light, you can immediately see that it does illuminate the sphere. So I can just place this in some location where I want it to be, and I can pre-render from here and see, okay, that looks kind of okay. And we can then render out an alternative texture that has this lighting baked into the texture. And you do that in Cinema by adding a texture baking tag to the 3D object. In this case, it's the sphere that we have here. So what this tag will do when you press the bake button down here is that it will take a snapshot of what the entire object looks like, including the texture or possibly multiple textures and the lighting and anything else that's been applied to the object. And you can select a variety of different kinds of images that you may want to generate, but I just picked surface color in this case. You can make a little preview down here to make sure it looks the way you want it to. Maybe you want to move the light a little bit to some other, let's see, it's still around the horizon. Let's move it over to this side so it illuminates a little bit more interesting part of the planet. Makes another preview here. Okay, let's say that looks good. Then I can bake that out, and the place it's baked out to is specified as the file name here. Let's a little short on screen space here due to the screen recording, but you specify the location of where you want to place the baked output here, and I'm just placing that in my WATCHOUT media folder. Let's see, so you can see it goes into the media folder over on the computer where when I'm running WATCHOUT. So I go over here and I just do bake, and that renders out the texture in this baked way, including the lighting. So let's jump over to WATCHOUT now and bring that texture onto the sphere. Over in WATCHOUT, we still have the end of what we had at the end of the last video, which is the sphere with the somewhat flat map wrapped around it. So let's bring in the baked texture that we just did over in Cinema 4D into WATCHOUT. Go to Media, Add Media File, and I pick this PSD file, or you could just from the Explorer in Windows drag the file right in. That would work just as well. But in this way, I bring it into the media window first, so you can see the difference between the flat image that we had earlier that you have here and the pre-lit texture that we have here. So now I take this one and just replace the one on the sphere, and you see now I have the properly lit Earth here by bringing in a pre-lit texture made in the 3D program. By the way, when you drag a new texture onto a 3D object, make sure you have the Q selected. You also see this as a selection box around the object here. If you don't do that, you just drag it over like this, then it will create a new Q, and it won't map onto it. Even if you would hit the sphere like this, it still would not map onto it. It would just create a new image. So you have to make sure that's selected either by clicking here or by clicking the Q on the timeline, and then you can drag the image onto it. And let's go back to this one again. Okay, so that's how you apply a lit texture to a 3D object in WATCHOUT.